Hello everyone. Welcome to Bengaluru Dreaming podcast. This time we are coming up with TTT, TDX Trailblazer Talks, and our guest for the day is Shibu Abraham. Hello Shibu, how are you doing?
I'm good, Sash. How are you?
I'm doing great, Shibu. Shibu, we want to have this, a mini podcast format where we want to talk more about the TDX Bengaluru 2025.
Sure, sure. Thanks, Sasha. Shibu Abraham here. I'm based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem for about 17, 18 years now. I work with a Salesforce partner called UST, about 25 years in IT now. And I'm one of the Salesforce MVPs, Golden Hoodie recipient, marketing champion, and also a user group leader here in Malaysia. So I quite travel very often for like most of the events that we have in and around the region whenever possible. And I love to meet fellow trailblazers, community folks as well.
Thank you so much, Shibu. Shibu, I have few questions for the day. My first
Sure.
question is, you are a experienced campaigner having 25 plus years of IT experience. You've been in the community for a long time. I'm sure you would have attended a lot of Dreamforces, a lot of TDX, World Tours, Dream-in events, even events like Dev Days, AI Now Tours, and all, right? So, can you please explain us what is the difference between all of them? And to a person who am attending TDX for the first time, what is the difference between all of these events and TDX? Can you give a brief about it?
Sure. Yeah, like you said, I've attended quite a few in India and globally as well. So there are differences like the community ones are usually like the dreaming ones they call so most of the ones that you probably heard like India dreaming, Mule dreaming, Bangalore dreaming, we had Delhi recently, WAT dreaming. So there have been a lot of dreaming events that is actually led by the community, and the local user groups they actually do, and Salesforce supports it, right? And even Salesforce events that we saw in the last couple of years probably was like the AI Agent Force tour and then Salesforce days, like that are specific on those kind of events that Salesforce brings in. Even the smaller world tours we had in Mumbai and all, they're like more smaller scale. So the large scale event that Salesforce usually hosts like twice in a year, one is Dreamforce and one is TDX. Dreamforce is more of like annual like conference where everybody comes in like at least it used to be 5 days, but now it's like in 3 days. But exactly, I mean, I believe like most of the people will be there for a full week. Like they would love to come, network, see a lot of things, and new announcements gets released in Dreamforce. TDX was actually brought in primarily for the tech people, like people who want to learn more. They wanted to understand, like, hey, what is the new products being released? What is there right now that any new features that we can understand? What is the roadmap? They actually get to talk directly with product managers, like and then some of the tech people as well. So that was the venue for TDX, and both happened in California. Uh, Fortunately, we had one that was done in Bangalore 2019. And I was very happy that it was there. And that was when I first actually went and met with some of the trailblazers there in Bangalore. But that was a very smaller scale because I mean, even though the venue was pretty big, and it had like the almost same feeling as of going to the TDX, is only open for 3,000 people. And then it sold out very fast, and people were like, okay, hey, we wanted tickets. By the time people understood what it was, it was sold out. And then after that, COVID hit, and then we have not seen that, and we've been asking for this for a while. The major difference that I would say, like from the other ones, is like this is actually driven by Salesforce, right? So you will actually see a lot of what you get to see in SFO, the actual TDX, you will get a like for like almost similar experience here. But rather than actually community folks actually coming in and doing a lot of the speaking, drawing things, Salesforce actually drives it. So there would be a lot of content that will actually come directly from the product managers, Salesforce product managers. How many of you get to meet and talk to them? There are some of the people who actually designs or helped to design some of these features as well. So hearing from them directly and asking some of the questions that you always had in the back of your mind, nothing like it. So this is definitely something that you should not miss, is what I would say.
Wow, this is looks like a very huge and immense event, and no trailblazer should miss this. Thank
Yes.
you for sharing your insight, Shibu. Shibu, as you all know, TDX is not only a conference, but they are also coming up with the Agent Force Hackathon just
Yep.
one day before to TDX, which is Agent Force Hackathon is happening on 29th and 30th of April, second and third, followed by TDX conference. So, what someone can expect from this Agent Force hackathon as well as TDX conference, 2 days each, Shibu?
Sure. TDX usually is like not just a 2 to 3 day tech conference, like just like you come in, you like come to the campground, you go to meet the different sessions, people, everything, right? But with the advent of Agent Force, Salesforce is something new that okay, people want to take participate in that, and they already piloted this, I believe, in the TDX in SFO, and I believe in earlier is in New York World Tour as well. Yeah, so it was very successful. A lot of people participated there, and they won amazing prizes also. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what the prize. If not, it's like almost 1.25 crores worth of prizes. The first prize is 50 lakhs, second prize is 30 lakhs, and then three teams get up to 15 lakhs. Yeah, so five teams will definitely get the prizes, right? So it's pretty much like you can register up till I think April 14th, and then 29th and 30th you have to go in person. You have to be there, ranging from 3 to 5 people in your team, and you can they are looking for you to actually build something in Agent Force with a very innovative kind of solution, like something that is creative or innovative that actually helps solve some great use case that you can think of, right? The more innovative, creative it is, the better chances of you to win it. And what I understood from some of the by looking at the prices, so there is actually the three prices that I said. The 15 lakhs is for the either for the best demo, the best use of Slack, or best use of Data Cloud. So I would highly recommend you use Slack and Data Cloud in in your solution somewhere. Please do go through the rules. There's a lot of things that you need to understand in terms of IPs and legalities, because sometimes you are representing an organization. So make sure you have the consent and everything from that perspective. Eligibility of residents and all that. So if you're from a different country and you're visiting India, you may or may not be eligible to participate. So please check all those things. But overall, I would say that this is a great opportunity to come. I know many of us love competitions. I've seen that already happening in Salesforce Dev Days and few other events. Whenever we get together, we even have a small quiz itself. People jump and they come, they want to play. Everybody wants to win prizes. So here the stakes are very high. There will be, I think, there is only 300 teams that can be registered. So time is of the essence. You need to get in quickly, get your team in, register, look at the rules, and start going brainstorming through ideas right now. Okay, you cannot build it right now. You have to use the org that Salesforce will give you at that time, or they will give you the rules, but you cannot build it upfront and things like that. So please go through the rules, but come up with some great ideas, things that that you can think from an outcome perspective, how it's actually going to help actual scenario or a customer, or maybe an internal employees, how would that agent actually help? Think from that perspective. If you were in that end user perspective, how would it help you?
This gives a good narration of what we can do and what we should in the Agent Force hackathon, Shibu. And thank you very much for the tip where someone should use Slack and Data Cloud both so that their chance of being in the top five winning is higher. Yeah, that's a good tip. Thank you very much, Shibu. Shibu, you're talking about there are a lot of learnings, there are a lot of hands-on practice in TDX because it has been designed in a way for these 4 days, 2 days of hackathon and 2 days of conference from the product managers, from many experts we are going to gain. But what other things I can expect or someone can expect who is joining TDX Bengaluru 2025 other than learnings and hands-on practice?
Look at this as as if Dreamforce or TDX came to India. See, many of us, our being in the Salesforce ecosystem, it's a dream for everybody wanting to go to the US to attend Dreamforce or TDX, right? But it's not always possible because of visa restrictions or cost. Both are very difficult and nowadays, So if you're able to get something that is happening in the US, you're right now in your back right in India at very low cost. It's you just take a local flight, you get there, and then enjoy that experience. Nothing like it, right? So I'm sure Salesforce has done a lot of work to get this approved to bring it to India. It's not easy, so they only usually get it to do it in the US. If you see, no other country has ever hosted TDX. I know they have world tours and things like that, but India is the only other country outside of the US where TDX has been hosted. And I would really like to appreciate the Trailblazer, the leadership team, especially I believe Kavindra and team had a lot to do with all this. We really look forward. We've been asking, okay, when is the next TDS coming? And finally, we were so happy to hear that, okay, it is coming to Bangalore. So we should not miss this opportunity. I would love to, have a lot of people coming in. It's the venue where you get to meet a lot of people, the Trailblazer. Normally, when you come for a dreaming, it is very local. Maybe that city, the nearby cities, people come in and then meet some people from here, right? But this one, like, you'll expect, like, a large amount of people coming from everywhere because it's a major Salesforce event. So you'll get to see a lot, not only from India, but from many other countries, nearby countries also, people will be flying in. So you'll get to meet them, you'll get to, like, talk to them, network. You probably have seen them only virtually. And 2019, that was my experience. Like, I was new to the community. Like, I just probably a year into community, activities. I've been in the ecosystem for a long time, but I was not part of communities. When I went, that was when I first met Rupesh, Gaurav, and all. Like, so it's not like I knew them from names, but I've probably not met them. Like, so that's when I got to meet some of them. I got to meet the Salesforce folks and things like that. Slowly, you get to build that network, the relationship. So if you are new to the community, or if you're always heard of people, like, we've been doing it virtually, this is the opportunity for you to come forward, meet people, make new friends. Like, that network is very important to, like, have in our community. Ours is one of the strongest communities in the world. And I'm very proud to be part of the Trailblazer community. Like, it's definitely not just Trailblazer, but even MuleSoft. Slack, it's a joint community right now. So it's very, very strong. We support each other. We drive through passion. Like, so there's nobody actually paying us to do all these things. So very happy to be part of it.
Yep. Thank you so much, Shibu. I think this gives a lot of understanding of how TDX will be a global event coming to India, and I'm sure thousands of people are going to be there, and it will be the one of its kind of opportunity to meet our inspiring leaders whom we would have seen in LinkedIn posts or some YouTube videos or somewhere other. Yeah, thank you so much. Before we wrap up, I have a small rapid fire round. I have 5 questions, and would love to have your answer in a rapid way. So,
Mm.
you are in Malaysia, you travel to India for these events. What's your top productive hack when preparing for an event in
So
India?
it depends if I'm speaking or not speaking. Okay. So if I'm speaking, definitely, like, it would be like, okay, um, what do I actually, like, have to speak on? But like what I try to do is, like, because most of this is personal visits, I try to, like, do it across the weekend so that I get an extra day. And I try to meet the local Trailblazer community as well. So let's say if I come for a major event, I will probably stay back, and then I will try to meet the local community team, because it's all about networking, meeting people. Let's say you don't get that often when you travel. So make the most of your time is what I would say. So,
Yep. Thank you, Shibu. I mean, we would have met multiple times whenever you come to Bangalore over a coffee or lunch or dinner. Thank you for hosting those fantastic coffees and dinners. So, if you could sum up your career journey in a movie title, what would it be?
oh, no, that is very difficult to say, man. There's so many movie titles. Like, there's always ups and downs in my thing. So I don't know what movie title you can choose. So 25 years is a long time. People always ask me, like, how do you actually stick on to the, I mean, being in the same company also, like, so perseverance is something you need to have. Like, patience, like, there is always, like, going to be obstacles in life. You have to overcome it. Like, then you taste, you have to have failures. You'll have to get success. Then you'll actually, like, really appreciate it.
Last 2 questions, Shibu. If you aren't in tech, what would you be doing?
Movie star, definitely.
Wow. Yeah, probably Malayalam industry would have got a good hero. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
we got
No,
a good hero in our Salesforce ecosystem. Thank you. Yeah, one last question. Who is the one person you are most anticipated to meet at TDX Bengaluru? For the convenience purpose, don't say your colleagues or my name, Shibu.
I'm looking forward to meet some of the leadership team, Kavindra, and definitely if there is somebody from the Trailblazer community leadership team, like, I don't know if Mark will visit, but definitely Arundhati ma'am, I'm hoping she will be there. Like, so at least we get to meet some of the leadership teams. And now ASEAN also comes under India leadership. So definitely looking forward to, like, hearing from them. Maybe there's a keynote where we can hear from them their vision for the year and the next as well. Like,
Looking forward to it, Shibu. Thank you very much, Shibu, for doing this, many
sure.
podcasts with us. Any parting thoughts before we leave?
Uh, just like, I'm just hoping, like, to see a lot of people. See, I must myself personally, like, I'm taking my own time out to, like, fly in there, because I believe in the passion that we all have in the Trailblazer community, and then the definitely the great experience that we will get. I myself have seen it from the last one that we had. So I've not been able to go to the US for the last couple of years due to health reasons and, like, no travel things and all that. So I'm very, very happy that, it's come to India, that I can easily go spend a few days with my team and the community as well over there. We want to make it a great festival, like, our Trailblazer festival, like, and we want to make it an annual tradition. People should say that, okay, TDX is now officially going to be in India every year.
Every. Yeah.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. Thank you very much, Shibu. All the
Sure.
very best for MC Square happening on April 12th in Mumbai.
Sure.
Thank you, and would love to meet you in Bangalore.
Sure. Look to see you soon. Thank you.